Good morning. Today is 9th of So we are discussing some chapters of modern graded science, grade 9, this lockdown, and we have named it as online class. You are far away from me, so it's difficult to gather in the same room and continue the classes because it is said there is fear of coronavirus, COVID-19. So students, I hope you and doing well. So just utilize the work and submit to me. I have already said for your note copy and another is for question answers copy. Whatever I share in the messenger group, you read it, and I'm posting such type of videos where I explain the topic. And the questions will be given at the end. Solve it and submit to the messenger group. Those students who are laborious, who are sincere, do their work effectively. But those who are passive, escapers, here we can say bunkers, they think. And those students who are not doing the activities regularly means they cannot achieve the goal in future. Want to achieve the goal? If you want to be successful person, then start doing the work right now. Okay? So dear students, so what is our today's topic? That is plants and animals. Chapter 16. We are starting biology portion. What's given here? Objectives. What will you do after completion of this chapter? After completion of this chapter, you will be able to classify plants up to sub their characters with suitable example, up to class and explain their characters with suitable. Describe the structure and life cycle of mosquitoes with diagrams and prepare a list of adverse effects of mosquitoes on human beings. The chapter is quite lengthy. All the works cannot be completed within one lesson. It's given time period is 11. But let's see within how many days we are going to complete. Are you ready? Okay. So, students, do you know? In your surrounding, you might have seen different types of plants and animals. It's quite different. So, can you guess how many types of animals and plants are there? Difficult to say. So, scientists, they have got tentative idea that there are near about 10 million plants and animals. 10 million plants and earth or on the earth. Still, some plants and animals are unidentified. So those people who do research, they will find out new and new types of either plants or animals, and they will keep in the classification chart. So students, there is great variation, there is great difference, there is great change, varieties in the form, body structure, life cycle, habitat animals. Some are big, some are small, some are aquatic, terrestrial, some are aerial also. Aquatic found in water, aerial found in air, terrestrial land. So dear students, it's difficult at words, isn't it? So to make their study easier, divided into different groups and subgroups according to their similar characteristics and dissimilar characteristics. So animals and plants having same characteristics are kept in same group and group. Similar characteristics or different characteristics. Earlier we have studied about classification of elements. There what did we learn? Elements having same characteristics were kept in same group. Different were kept in different group. Here also same thing. Plants and animals or plants having similar characteristics are kept in same group, different group. Now here is one definition. What is the definition? It is the definition of classification of beings. So how to define classification of living beings? It can be defined as the process of systematic and scientific grouping on the basis of their similar or dissimilar characteristics into various groups and subgroups is all. Classification of living beings is the scientific way, systematic, in which animals and plants are kept in groups and their subgroups on the basis of their similar characters or dissimilar characteristics. Of classification of living beings. Do you know who gave idea about classification? There are many scientists, but basically we'll remember some scientists. Carolus Linnaeus. Next one, Ernest Haeckel. Next, and Carl Weiss. These are the pioneer scientists to classify the plants and animals. Who are they? Carolus Linnaeus, Ernest Haeckel, R.H. Whittaker, Carl Weiss. And these scientists, they gave the idea about different terms in classification like kingdom, phylum, division, etc. Okay, students, now what is the next thing? Here is one term. What is that? Father of taxonomy. Taxonomy. Taxonomy is the study of plants and animals and division into or dividing them into different classes, different groups. So was the first person to classify near about 5,900 species of plants and 4,000 species of animals into two kingdoms. He gave the idea about kingdoms. What are the two kingdoms? Animal kingdom. So when he divided them into different kingdoms, means plant kingdom and animal kingdom, again they were subgroups. It made the study of plants and animals easier. So he was the first person to give that idea. Linnaeus, Carolus, Carolus Linnaeus, Linnaeus. Linnaeus. That's why he is called father of taxonomy. While classifying the plants and animals, two names are given. First is generic name and second name is specific name. So while naming and two names are given. That's why this system is nomenclature. Generally we also have got two names, one is first name, another is last name. Like my name is Ishwar Neupani, two names. Your name may be Samiksha Dahal or Neha Saha, Sunaina Shrestha. In the sense also, the organisms are, for example, what is the things? What is our scientific name? Man. No, it is Homo sapiens. Homo. Homo S E N S. Homo sapiens. Like tiger. Panthera. 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 LE. Homo sapiens, two names. Panthera leo, two names. Rattus, two names. Pisum sativus. So, every plant and animal is denoted by two names. That system is called binomial system of nomenclature. Simply, what can we say? Nomenclature. Okay, students. Earlier, there were only two kingdoms. When Carolus Linnaeus, there were two kingdoms. There were plant kingdom and other scientists, Haeckel, Whittaker, Hussey, there should be more than two kingdoms. That's why nowadays we read altogether how many kingdoms? Kingdoms. 5 kingdoms. These 5 kingdoms, who gave the idea about 5 kingdoms? The person who gave the idea about 5 kingdoms were R.H. Whittaker. Whittaker, Whittaker. When did he give this idea? 1969. Because some organisms do not belong to plants. So those 5 kingdoms will be discussed later on. Now let's discuss types of cellular organization. Prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. We know basic unit of life, fundamental unit of life. So the cells can be categorized by karyotic and eukaryotic. What do you know prokaryotic cell? Actually, these cells are categorized by nucleus. If the nucleus is incomplete or primitive, poorly developed. If the nucleus is complete and developed, it is called eukaryotic cell. Bacteria contains prokaryotic cell. Human beings contain eukaryotic cell. Next thing. So organisms can be categorized into unicellular and multicellular. Some organisms contain only one cell. They are called unicellular. And some organisms contain many cells in their body. They are called cellular. Example of unicellular organism. Example of multicellular organism. What is that? Human beings, birds, etc. Okay. So bacteria, unicellular, whale, dolphin, human. Now, students, we are discussing about heterotroph. What do you mean autotrophs? Organisms which make their own food, and that process is called organisms which can make their food themselves are autotrophs. Like green plants are autotrophs. Organisms which cannot make their food for their food are heterotrophs, like human beings, or except green plants, rest of others are heterotrophs. Okay. Now, producer, consumer, and decomposer. Producer can make their food themselves. Consumer on others for their food. Decomposers, they change complex body part into simpler one. Example of producers, green plants. Example of consumers, and example of decomposer, fungi. So now, friends, what are you going to discuss? The kingdoms given by or suggested by R.H. Whitaker. They are Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Okay. So, students, now what are the characteristics and examples of each kingdom? First kingdom is Monera. So, which organisms belong to Monera? Bacteria, blue-green algae or alga, and azotobacter. These are the examples of organisms that belong to Monera. Now, characteristics. They are primitive, very, very less developed living beings. They are unicellular, one the whole body, microscopic, prokaryotic cell. The cell is less developed. Nucleus is not complete, and they contain DNA. What is the full form of DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. So, only thread-like structure is present in their body. Actually, there should be nucleus, but nucleus is thread-like body is present. So, if you draw the diagram we can draw like this. So, we know that this is the cytoplasm. Like this thread-like structure is present here. Very simple structure. This is DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. But there are other parts like vacuole, RNA, the vacuole, plastids, Golgi bodies, they are present. So, students, now let's discuss next kingdom. What is that? Protista. Which animals belong to Protista? Amoeba, Paramecium, Euglena, algae, etc. So, students, earlier you have studied amoeba in protozoa, Paramecium in protozoa, algae was different group, but now protozoa, they are kept in one separate kingdom. What is name? Protista. protista. Okay, and now next one, it's characteristics. Characteristics of, so they are unicellular, but the cell is quite developed, eukaryotic. They may be autotrophic or heterotrophic. Means they are able to make their, some of them are able to make their food, some they cannot. And how do they walk? How do they move from one place to another? With the help of cilia, pseudopodia. These are their organs for locomotion, to travel from one place to another. Suppose if you talk about Paramecium, so Paramecium's body is like this. So it has in its outer part, what are they called? Cilia. Okay, so we have seen amoeba doesn't have any fixed shape, so false feet or pseudopodia. Okay, false feet or pseudopodia. Dear students, now let's go to another kingdom, fungi. Which organisms belong to this? Mushroom, mucor, alternaria. Characteristics. What are the characteristics? Number one, they are multicellular. Previously we have studied unicellular, eukaryotic cell, but yeast is prokaryotic. Their body is thalloid. It is called mycelium. Thalloid. It's not divided into stem, leaves. They lack chlorophyll. And next thing we have to remember, one compound is there, chitin. Could you remember chitin is in arthropoda also. Okay, arthropoda like, and cockroach, its outermost part is a bit hard, isn't it? That is because of chitin, CHITI. And fungi also contain chitin, but insects, they do not belong to this kingdom, fungi. Okay, students, now next kingdom is plantae. Example, maize, pea, pine, fern. What are the examples? These are what, remember, keep in mind. So characteristics, they are multicellular and eukaryotic present in them. They contain chlorophyll. They are autotrophs. They can manufacture their food themselves, and their cell wall is made up of cellulose. Fungi, cell wall is made up of chitin, but cell wall of kingdom plantae is made up of cellulose. Remember these main characteristics. Dear students, now we are discussing little bit more things. What are they? Kingdom Animalia. What are the examples? Cycon, earthworm, butterfly, fish, snake, frog, pigeon, bat. So many are there. What are the characteristics? They are multicellular. Body contains more cells, and the cell, they lack chlorophyll. They are non-green, and they have a mode of nutrition. Means they obtain their food from food themselves. Remember once again the five kingdoms. What are they? Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Their characteristics also we discussed. Now students, what to discuss? Taxonomy. What is taxonomy? It is the branch of biology where nomenclature, T-U-R-E, okay, nomenclature and classification of organism is done. First, organism is it, and one name is given to it and kept in taxonomy. And I said earlier, Carolus Linnaeus is called father of taxonomification. So students, today of the chapter classification of plants and animals. There are 10 million species of plants and animals. They are kept in different groups and subgroups on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities. Ernest Haeckel, R.H. Whittaker, Carl Wood have great contribution in taxonomy, and Carolus father of taxonomy. Some terms are there: prokaryotic cells, eukaryotic cells, unicellular cells, multicellular cells, outer of 5 kingdoms: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. And the organisms belonging to Monera. Organisms belonging to Protista, their characteristics. Organisms belonging to Fungi and their characteristics. Plantae, their characteristics. Organisms belonging to Animalia and their characteristics. And next thing, classification. You have to write the things. I've already shared the screen, means that look at the video 2 times, 3 times, understand it, and make note, submit to me. Students, study is very important, and utilization of time is too much important. So what you are watching this video and making own note. Making note means don't copy everything. Just look at the video. Write the gist, main things. Like in characteristics, you can write maximum 2 important characteristics, definitions, and other terms. Complete your work of making note and submit to me as soon as possible. So it is very important to, okay? So be genius, be gentle, and be outstanding. Many times I want to see alpha students. Who are alpha students? Who are sincere for their work, who complete their work on time, who follow their alpha students. So you are my alpha students. All are alpha students. But hearing alpha students sounds very good. But you have to prove you are real alpha students. So for that, understand the matter, make note, and submit to me. So stay safe, stay healthy, and we will continue the lesson in next class. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great day.